Do a sound clap just to be able to synchronize the audio.
Oh, do I have to do?
You can do it. Go ahead, ready? All right, I'm going to do it. All right, one together. There we go. All right, that should be good.
Is it good? Okay.
Yeah, that should be fine. All right, cool.
Yeah,
hey, Mom.
That's good. The first time in the face-to-face.
Yeah. Oh, let me mute it. Okay, good. We shouldn't get any feedback now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
When did 2 years? 2 years was the last time, I think, that we were together.
Well, I thought it might be almost 3 years. Or no.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't record it. After that, we started.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, when was the last time we got together and just hung out?
When Francis
was leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
so
3 years, right?
Yeah, I think so. Man, that's a while.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to lower this so we don't have to look at it.
Okay.
So, I don't really have an agenda.
No?
or what we want to talk about, but we've just
having
having some really good conversations lately.
Mm-hmm.
I've really enjoyed just your perspective on, I think that thing that we talked about yesterday was amazing. So yesterday we were talking about Fukushima, the Japanese tsunami.
Yes, yeah.
And it was really crazy because the destruction was just so amazing.
Oh my goodness. They were well prepared, you know.
Right. They had tsunami warnings.
Never was this height of the tsunami.
Yeah, I remember they said at first it was like a 9.6. Wow. And then they went back and changed it to like 9.8 of the earthquake. Wow. And it was in the water, like right in the bay.
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah, like very close. And man, it's amazing that they had like warning, and there was still almost nothing they could do.
Yeah, I know. There was a warning system when they have that kind of tsunami coming.
Yeah.
They have a siren goes around the whole. I don't want anybody.
No, I know.
Yeah. The siren goes off to notify the whole entire town.
Interesting.
And that was not just that, you know, in one particular town, alongside of the coast.
I forgot something. If I put that down, they can't see us at all.
Oh, I see. I thought so, but
I didn't think about that. Okay.
Question. So,
no, you're right. Yeah.
The warning was, you know, siren was on, and everybody had a warning, but they didn't expect that height of a tsunami coming up.
Wow.
Yeah, because.
So they went to higher ground, but it didn't matter.
Yes.
Like they didn't go high
some
enough.
people's higher ground was not high enough.
Wow.
And the people stayed until last minute. Couldn't make it because the tsunami was too fast.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I saw like a YouTube video, you know, and also physically I did see it. This hospital was like on a hill, like a 3-story high hill, and then the tsunami went on the first floor. That means like a 4-story was merged in the water.
Wow.
See, the
because
hospital
the hill
was on top of the hill.
And the hill was like 3 stories up?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's 3-story high hospital.
Yeah.
So the first floor was totally
destroyed. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then one doctor, his wife was pregnant, and I don't know if she was in that particular hospital or he was working in a hospital, but he couldn't get in touch with his wife.
Oh man, so did she die?
She had a baby.
Oh, she had a baby.
Yeah, in the hospital, but there's no communication.
Oh, it knocked out communication too.
Yeah, so
that's awful.
Because I think it overloaded. Everybody was calling each other.
At the same time.
Yeah, so that overloaded.
Wow. Yeah. Man, and it's amazing how, you know, Japan used to be a third world country, but now it's a first world country.
Yes.
And technologically, they had every possible, like, technological advantage.
That's right. Yeah.
Over like we were talking about like
Thailand, Indonesia.
Right, Indonesia.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that it was just so destructive. It didn't matter.
No, it didn't matter. Yeah. And also they were trained. I mean, the evacuation procedure was already in place.
Yeah.
No matter what, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and then children, since we were the children, we practice.
Really?
Yeah, we practice in case of an earthquake.
Oh yeah, okay.
Once a month, we just like you do the fire drill. We go under our desk.
Wow.
Yeah, we practice that.
Right.
So.
Did you ever do tsunami drills?
Oh no, because Tokyo.
It's not really coastal.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't think it's tsunami really. You can
run away from.
Yeah, you cannot prepare except like I said to you, the high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me that story again.
Yes,
what exactly was it?
There was a particular high school, and they hired a running coach, and they were on the bottom of the hill, so that but the hill is like mountain road. It's not like a straight up. They do have a stairs to go straight up in a different level.
Okay.
Like a 3-4 levels.
Okay.
And then, but to go up there, you gotta go zigzag. So, I guess the school officials decided that they're going to practice that.
Oh wow!
And then the coach felt unless they pace themselves, they're going to run out the steam. Then they were going to make to the top of the hill.
Oh wow!
So every month, coach came and they practiced and they learned to pace.
Wow! And it was the whole school, not just the track
grade.
team or something?
No. The entire school practiced.
Wow.
So, I don't know how many years. You know, this high school is 3 years. So, I'm pretty sure that the immediate 3 years grades did practice.
Wow.
So after the tsunami, there's no communication.
Right.
All right. No telephone, nothing. So that coach came to the school because he walked to the school and then the school was totally devastated.
Wow.
School building.
Yeah.
And he didn't see any students there.
Wow.
So he asked some local people what happened.
Right.
And his local neighbors, I guess, said, don't worry. They run up the hill, and every single one of the students saved.
And so he wasn't actually a teacher at that school. They just hired him to teach them how to run up this hill.
Yes, but to pace it, that's a main thing.
Gotcha.
Not run up. The young the high schoolers can run up.
Right.
But meanwhile, they're going to run out of steam.
Yeah, because not everyone's on the track team.
That's right. Yes. Right. So he was telling them to pace it, and I guess if you need to walk for a while, then go up, and then everyone was saved.
That's amazing. And you also said there were a couple of schools that didn't make a decision. Yeah, and just got washed away.
Yeah, and a handful of kids, were
able to swim, or
or float, or stay over some, the floating object.
Wow.
But the boy was interviewed. Like, I don't know how many hundreds of kids were in that school, but only handful of kids survived, and a trauma.
Oh, that must have been a nightmare.
Oh my
God. I mean, the thing that shocked me when I watched the videos of Fukushima, the whole of the tsunami that hit, was just how much mass was getting hit by this water and then just moving.
That's right, yes.
So if you're surviving, you're probably holding on to things.
That's right,
Other kids are probably holding on to things, and you're watching them just get smashed or like washed away.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
And in
That's
March,
awful.
so it was March, so still cold.
Oh,
water is cold,
right.
and but some people did survive, stayed on the roof or attic, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Yeah. So for you, what you ended up doing was you ended up organizing a missions trip.
Yeah, no, it was already organized.
Okay. How did you hear about it?
Well, I was part of it in prior years to go to Okinawa.
Okay.
Yeah. So this happened. They always wanted to go back to Japan.
Was it the church you guys were at?
No, this is called what was it? What's the name of it? Global Expedition.
Oh yeah, okay. I've heard of
Ron Roos, yeah.
I've heard of them.
Not dissolved now.
Okay.
But they send about 2,000 plus students every summer.
To Okinawa?
To different
places.
Parts of the world.
Okay.
And then Japan was never chosen until, which year that was? 2004 was the first time. And at that time, I think it was 58 students went. And they spread in 3 different groups. And then we did. And I was training the young people who has a bilingual background, but they never functioned as an interpreter. So they are not confident. So I was there to lead them and instruct them and show them how to do it. You know, so
I'm gonna fix this real quick.
Okay. So that I was a part of it, and then I made a lot of friends down. Then one day the tsunami came, 2013. They wanted to go back. Yes, so they called me again. In between, they called me from 2004 to 2013 quite a few times, but never come to pass because it's kind of expensive to go to Japan compared to South America or, the different parts of the world.
Europe,
Yeah. So, the third world country is much cheaper, and also the mass of the people come to know Jesus.
Right.
But the operation in the first world country, like Europe or Japan, it's expensive.
Right.
And also that the result is minimum, so
there's not as great a need for help.
Yes.
And people don't realize their need for Christ.
That's right, yeah. So, but they came in October of a prior year, 2012.
Okay.
And then they asked me, where can we go? This was before tsunami.
Right.
And then I said, okay, so what, 2 ladies were missionaries in Thailand, but they were asked by the Global Expedition to come to Japan and stake out and make some kind of a logistic plan.
Okay.
So I met them in Tokyo, then I took them to mountains to where the Hana is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And
Matsumoto area?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's already married, so maybe 2008 or something. I don't remember exactly.
She got married before me.
2006.
I got married in 2008.
Yes, that's right, yeah. So I met with them. I took them to Hana's place, and also I took them to the Yokohama.
Okay.
My friend, the pastor, has a church in pretty big.
Right.
And then what else did I? Oh, I introduced them to the Assembly of God youth director.
Okay.
Because he was a friend of mine. So and they, but they were skeptical. The Japanese side was skeptical because you have to cater to this. How many people that time was 50? Plan was 53. the students.
Oh, to bring.
Bring.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. But they were very well organized. But the receiving end is not used to that.
Right. It was the first one or the second one or something like that. Yeah.
They were waiting. Then the tsunami happened, and there's urgency. So they said yes. One church said yes in Yokohama, and then they were going to do the relief in Fukushima, Fukushima area, because we didn't go to Fukushima. We couldn't go because we couldn't go in there.
The radiation.
Yeah. So we were in Miyagi.
And I think that's something that people don't realize. Like that, you said there was 50 kilometers.
Yes. Yeah.
Circle around the Fukushima plant. Yeah. No one can go in there anymore.
No.
Like ever.
Well, yeah, unless you have a
radiation suit,
aeronautic space kind of suit. Yeah,
that's pretty crazy because I think for me, I saw the reactor melted down. Oh, the top blew off. Oh yes, a couple of people got sick. No. But then I was like, oh, they probably just cleaned it up. No, it's like done.
Yeah,
like, You can't go back in there.
Yeah, and then also certain people, they live in a safe area, immediate area of the Fukushima plant. But when you go around the corner, that's not, so the kids really cannot go to school.
Oh, because it's on the other side of the plant or something like that.
The other side of the road was in a more higher radiation level.
Wow.
So the kids are monitored every day, and also in the immediate area, people had to be removed.
No.
Yeah, and then churches are well organized, but to go to the different municipalities, they have to go through the bureaucracy of both, the Fukushima area and then receiving it. So it takes the paperwork, but
You're talking about for missions?
No, the people evacuating.
The evacuees.
Yeah. So, but the church people had already have like a summer camp or something set up.
Oh yeah, where they could go.
Yeah, so
interesting.
Some of the I told you that the pastor who built the church to last 100 years.
Yeah.
Few years before the tsunami, he already had a contact. He already was contacted. So after, he evacuated his church people. Yeah. And I don't know, a few days later or a week later, they moved to summer camp outskirts between Tokyo and Mount Fuji.
Oh, wow. You mentioned it was a German guy who built it.
Yeah, the camp.
And ran the camp. Yes. And he called them and was like, hey, do you guys need a place to stay? You can stay at the summer camp.
And then I think they turned down all the summer camp program so they can accommodate them.
Right, that makes sense.
Yes. And then that church people moved to within the Fukushima prefecture, but it's more to the inland.
Wow.
And away from the radiation. So they built a new church now.
Okay, so they're still in the same prefecture. Yes. Which is like a state here in the States.
Yes.
So in 50 kilometers, that's like, I remember, I think that's like 28 miles or something like that.
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah, that's a big area.
Yeah, that's right,
huge. That's like LA.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, LA is like, I think they're 33 miles across. But they're like the biggest city ever, in terms of area.
Yes. So some farmers didn't want to move.
Yeah.
And then this guy who has a cattle, he said, I have to keep feeding them.
Right.
So he goes back to feed them,
And you were saying it was because he was already radiated and he felt,
he's older,
I'm going to die anyway from this. Yeah. And so are they.
Yeah, so they're gonna.
I'm not gonna make them starve.
He's gonna take care of as much as he could.
And that's amazing because that is really, when you pour your life into a farm, that's what happens.
He has attachment to the animals he has.
Yeah.
So and then for a while, the Fukushima the agriculture products were not welcome to the market in Tokyo area or even Hana's area. Hana was very careful.
Right.
Hana's, our your youngest
my sister, right? Yeah. Who lives in the Matsumoto Prefecture?
Yes, Nagano, and they have a great water system, pure water,
like mountain water,
fresh water.
Yeah.
So she was very careful not to choose products from Fukushima.
Wow. So the people were still selling products from Fukushima?
They tried to, but and also they approved. If you approve that the radiation rate is not there, or the very minimum,
it was okay.
Approved to ship their products. But at the same time, people are so scared of the radiation, they're not buying it.
Yeah, and of all the places, Japan is not going to mess with radiation because of what happened,
in Hiroshima
and Nagasaki.
Yeah. So, and then people still live with that. My school teacher, so she's about 25, no, she was maybe 32 when I was in elementary school.
Right.
So she's maybe 20 years older than I am.
Right.
Yeah. She still suffers from leukemia.
Wow, she's like 90 something.
Yeah. So because I'm 72, so it's close to 90. Some people live long, some people die young.
Right.
And then many of them died.
She got it from Hiroshima.
That's what they said, but I didn't know she was in Hiroshima.
Oh wow.
But she had a leukemia.
Wow.
Leukemia, yeah. So many people suffered, and then some died young, some lived with it for a long time.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's really incredible. So they, that's incredible. And man, I don't know if we mentioned this in any of the other recordings we've done, but your mom saw the flash.
Yes, well, do you know the Nagasaki, Hiroshima, the atomic bomb?
Oh, okay.
But no, they were bombed.
Oh, when they bombed Tokyo.
No, not Tokyo. But she was not in Tokyo. She was in Kyushu.
Oh, she was in Kyushu.
Southern island of Kyushu. Yeah, but they have a big ports.
Yeah.
They had military factories.
Yeah.
So they did, and then.
So that's what she saw.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had said she was in Tokyo and she saw the flash.
No, but do you remember Sister Pierre? You don't remember? Maybe you're a baby. I don't know. Francis was born there, so that you.
So this was in Queens.
In the Queens.
Okay. I was 2 months.
Yeah.
In Queens.
We had a nun
2 months old. Okay.
When Francis was born.
Yeah.
And she was from Hiroshima.
Right.
And then and then she saw the flash.
Whoa.
And then she had 4 other siblings, so 5 children, and the parents, and she's the only one survived. She became a Catholic nun.
Oh, wow.
But the rest of the family died instantly. And she saw the flash.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, it's sad, but
Very
these
sad.
things happen, and war is cruel to
everyone.
Either side.
Both
sides.
No one wins.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that the radiation issue is still there, and in Nagano, the prefecture where the Hana is.
Yeah.
At that time, was that the city mayor or governor was a medical doctor. Yes, and then he's a blood specialist, I think. So he went to help in Chernobyl.
Oh, wow.
So after this happened, and he realized about radiation, and they tried to move the children to the different isolated area. So he welcomed the kids. They built the housing. They accommodated families moving in. And then he really worked very hard. I think he was not a mayor. I think he was the governor.
Of like the prefecture?
The medical doctor, yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, so that Nagano was very open, especially Nagano City, where the Winter Olympic was.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we went to visit the site? Yeah. So
we went when it was like 2 years after it.
Yes.
Or a year after it or something, yeah.
He was very open to help out.
That's cool.
And they did a lot. Some of the people, like one person I know, he was working in, I think, Tokyo area, but he has his daughter. He just quit the job and moved to Nagano.
Oh, wow.
Because he felt that he doesn't want to, face radiation or whatever. He just felt so. He picked up and he moved the family.
I'm guessing a lot of people did that.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
That must have been hard on that area.
Well, yeah. But the Nagano was very welcoming because of the governor.
That's good.
He had a knowledge of Chernobyl.
Right, he could figure it out.
I think he was there like 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
Helping the kids.
That's rough. Because I've seen video of like Chernobyl now.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I know, it's
like
a ghost town.
Full buildings.
Yeah.
Everyone's stuff is still there, and like you're saying,
it's a ghost
if you're gonna go there,
you're
in a huge suit, But the weird thing is that's really amazing. Plants are growing.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
See that when where we went, we could see the hospital building, and then they have a wall, embankment wall, and then they built the hospital on a higher level, right?
Okay, yeah.
So they have not quite a brick, but it looks like a brick wall.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we went in.
I know what you're talking about, like a retaining wall.
That's right, but a brick wall. And then we went in June, towards the end, middle to the end of June.
I was going to ask you that. Okay, so you guys ended up going to, you said it was a different area. Did you go into Nagano or no?
No, we went to the shore of northern part of where they had a tsunami.
Okay, so you went straight there.
Yes, okay. But there's a long shoreline.
Right.
That
got destroyed.
Three prefectures, and then there's a long, famous shorelines and a lot of fishing villages, and also scenery is beautiful. In
that area.
Yes, so a lot of tourism were there.
Wow.
So we went, and it was like about 4 months later, 3 months later, the flowers in between the crack of that wall.
The retaining wall?
Retaining wall is the flowers are blooming.
Oh, that's amazing.
Amazing.
So like the seeds got shoved in there by the tsunami?
Yeah, and then there's the flowers are blooming.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. Resiliency of the plant.
Yeah.
Plants.
That's incredible.
Yes.
It's amazing how you said resiliency being Japanese, but also it's amazing how plants will just grow wherever they're put. Like here in San Antonio, there's a very famous restaurant, and when you go down on the Riverwalk, it's got a huge tree growing out of the side of the wall. Well, it was because it was a flood, 100-year flood. It comes like once every 100 years there's a flood. And I think the last time, we had one in like the 90s, but there was another one before that. It shoved a seed into the walls like an oak tree or something weird like that. And then like 2 years later it started growing out. And then they just left it, and it's like part of the restaurant now. And it's like huge. It's like a big tree now. I don't know if it's still there, but I'm pretty sure the last time I went down and looked at it, it was there.
Wow.
And it's crazy, and they talk about that. It was during the flood.
Yeah.
Seed got planted. Nothing you do about it.
Meanwhile, the seashore to the retaining wall, right? It's all broken pieces of everything.
Oh, wow.
Still,
How far do you think it was from the hospital, the retaining wall, to the shore? Was it like 1 mile, or was it like
no,
12 miles.
No.
Oh,
but along the side of the shore. But from the sea line to the retaining wall is not that far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe one city block.
Oh, it was very close.
Yes, yeah. And then you see like a gas tank, 3-story gas tank, upside down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
like
know.
You were talking about natural gas.
Yeah.
One of those big ones that you have like in a refinery.
Yeah, and then you could see there was a fire. They said that the worst enemy of the earthquake is fire.
Fire. Because it just, you can't do anything.
No.
And everything's broken. You can't get there to put it out.
Yeah. And then so that they have, and then we stayed at the Baptist church about an hour away from the shoreline.
Right.
We commuted every day.
Okay.
Yeah, but I used to get up early in the morning, so I used to go for a walk around the church, around the block. The crack on the streets. And then you can see like about about a foot or 2 feet
down.
Crack, down, You
could see into it.
Yeah, into it.
Whoa.
And then, crack is long alongside of the road or concrete road.
That's right, because it was
concrete itself.
It wasn't just the tsunami. There was like earthquakes after that,
That's
right?
Yeah, no, earthquake caused the tsunami.
Right.
So
that earthquake caused cracks in the road because it was offshore.
Yeah.
Wow.
An hour away, and then the church itself was shifted. The building shifted.
That's
but
crazy.
the new building, so they didn't go down to the ground.
Right.
But then each municipality come to check whether it's a safety issue,
Yeah, you gotta.
So they were approved
to house people.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me because when I heard the number, like I remember someone like the news flashed and they said 9.6. I was like, excuse me, like because the way that system works, the ranking system is a 9 is something like 10 times worse than a 10 than
That's
an 8.
What they say. I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's not like
detail.
linear.
No.
It's like the numbers go up like this.
Yes.
And if you're getting into the 9 and the 10s, that's like it.
Yes.
Like just everything's going to be broken. And so when they said 9.6, I was like, oh Lord, I just started praying. Yeah. And then they said actually it was a 9.8. I was like, that's bad. I think that's the worst one ever recorded.
Yeah, I think so too. And then that day we were at.
Oh yeah, where were you when that occurred?
We were on Michonette's retreat or something at the hotel room, and then when we turned on the news, I couldn't go to the meeting all day. I was glued to the TV.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Forget where I was. Was it in the morning that happened?
We started reporting like at 9 o'clock here.
I remember now. I was at work. And then someone said, "Hey, did you hear about that?"
Yeah. But there was a few hours after. I don't know what time was that. I think it was 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, because all the video feeds showed daytime.
Yes.
And it was like, it was morning when I saw it. And I was like, oh, this must have been yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was...
Yeah, it was true. Yeah, because so that they shut down the bulletin completely.
Oh, I believe it.
Because certain areas are not safe.
Yeah.
And then like the airport, in Narita, I think like a 2.5 or 3.5 hours away.
Yeah.
The ceiling fell down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then the Sendai airport, which is the immediate area, they couldn't land.
Oh, I believe it probably broke the ground.
Yeah. Half of the airport ground were damaged. Wow. And plus that if there's a water nearby, everything comes in like the cars and the garbage and everything else. You know, the house we were helping out across the street was a vacant lot, like a parking lot kind of. This smaller size, not the big, but it's a private parking. Like, was piled with the garbage, but nobody piled it there. It's just the water just brought it, and then
the water left everything there. Wow.
Pile.
Oh, and tell us about the UPS truck, because when you said that,
we said like a what do you call it? What's the name of that UPS?
Let's back FedEx or DHL.
No, the
box truck.
Truck. It's not. UPS was an example that I tried to, but it's a box truck.
Delivery truck.
Yeah, but they're huge, you know.
Like the bigger ones. Yeah, one like that has like the tractor trailer front and then a big box, but it's not really a tractor trailer.
Not the trailer, but they're like a UPS kind of, but
delivery truck.
Maybe 1/3 smaller size.
Okay.
You know, and then
because Japan has like the smaller
vehicles. Yeah. But the thing is, there's 2 buildings, and the truck was stuck in the 2 buildings.
Was it on the first floor or the second floor?
More like a raised. Not it was quite the second floor.
But it was like 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah,
or something?
Because there's a lot of broken, whatever came in
underneath it.
So it was raised, all right, and then there was hardly any space in between 2 buildings except just fitted, like as if somebody picked it up
and just shoved it in there. Wow, that's crazy.
That's a water.
Yeah.
Did that, and then because of stuck in between the building, they could not open it. They could have the people inside the truck. We don't know. Wow. The Japanese won't do that. But and then they couldn't even check for a while whether the driver was in it or not. I think the drivers are gone.
Right.
Because of broken
windows
and they were washed out or they run away.
Right.
It was right there.
I will say that was the scariest thing. When I saw the videos, I'm like, oh wow, that's terrible.
Yes.
And then I was looking really close, and all of a sudden I'm seeing like ants. The cars are trying to get away, and I was like, oh Lord, because you could see the line of water, and it was just rushing up the streets.
And there's you cannot get away fast enough.
Yeah.
And also that the road was, they have a good,
infrastructure,
good roads, but not everybody get on the road at the same time like that.
Yeah. And so it's not big enough.
Yeah, and then...
Man, that was so scary. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I hope that guy gets out of there. And
then I don't know how many minutes. In my mind said 20 seconds the earthquake was.
Yeah, it was not long.
No, never. But I feel like a forever.
Yeah.
And then that size of earthquake, you lose the control of the ground. Your feet are not steady enough to stand up, so you have to like a crawl kind of thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
And it's really scary.
Yeah, because the ground's probably going like this. It's just dropping.
Or going sideways.
Yeah.
So that you lose control of your body. Yeah. That's the scariest thing.
That is. I mean, especially at 9.6 or 9.8.
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been
even a few
horrendous.
seconds is scary.
Oh,
but the 20 seconds continuous movement like that is totally.
Yeah. It must be frightening. You can't do anything.
No, you can't do anything. Yeah. So the older housing, those are the ones like elderly people live, and then they're under the bookcases and the furniture. They die, many of them. Yeah. So, but that earthquake didn't have that many fire.
That's good.
As the one they had in Kobe.
I remember the one in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember
because
that
one. They had a bigger population. People were concentrated in the smaller houses, and even the newer buildings collapsed, but not every one of them.
Well, 9.8. I mean, I don't think.
But in Kobe was not that
right.
much.
It was mostly like I remember the freeways collapsed.
Oh my
Part
goodness.
of the freeway collapsed, and then something else. But that was an 8 point something or 7 point something.
Yes,
it was a big one.
Yes, it is. But because of the concentration of the population.
Yeah.
But would you believe the funny thing? Do you remember Ayako?
Nike? No,
Ayako Jidaoka. She lived in Connecticut. She was a caterer.
Yeah.
We occasionally helped out. Yeah, anyway. She hasn't been back to Japan for like 20 years or 25 years. So first time she went back, the earthquake happened. But she was not in tune. All right? She was not in tune. So she took a train or a bus to go to this temple. It's on a cliff.
Right.
And usually it's jam-packed.
Right.
No matter what, because of the sightseeing.
Yeah, it's one of the old temples.
Yeah, that day, it was in the Osaka area. That day, hardly anybody. She didn't understand why.
Oh, it's because there's a huge earthquake.
But she went anyway. So I was concerned. So I called her son in Connecticut, and then she called and she said she's fine.
Okay.
But she said she'll never go back again.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it you who told me that the Yakuza were the ones who showed up?
Yes. Yakuza and the Christian people
were the first people to show up.
Yeah, because the Yakuza don't have to go through the protocol of municipalities.
Oh, they don't have the red tape.
So they just said, let's go.
Let's go show up.
They went to help out.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing. I was like, well, what are they doing? And they were there for protection. And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, well, they're kind of the mob.
Yes.
And so you pay them for protection.
Like
they extort you for protection, but
they're used to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but now that it was like, hey, there's an actual disaster, we're going to go protect these businesses.
To the municipality officials because they stop people going in, relieve people.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't want a chaos.
Right.
So that they know that, and the Christian organization too.
Yeah, they just went in anyway to go help.
Yeah, to help. And they actually physically dug up the people by hand.
Whoa.
Yeah, because they didn't have anything,
Yeah.
And then that time they were condemned actually that they didn't have a organized equipment, no channel of the supply, the delivery.
The municipality or the Yakuza? Oh, okay.
The municipality. Well, the municipality stored, in case of emergency, the blankets and everything else, right? And into the areas of the safe keeping, but they couldn't get the supplies to the people. Wow, that's awful. So they had half a plan. They had the materials, but they couldn't get it. So they learned a lot. So the Fukushima and the Tohoku, they call that northeastern region of Japan. They were trying to organize. But at that time, my director, my boss was a director of Asian the Crusade for Billy Graham Crusade.
Oh yeah, Chad.
In Japan, Chad Hammond. So the Samaritan's Purse is a relief organization out of a Billy Graham Evangelist Association.
Oh, they're part of them?
Yeah, they are. So they were sending the Samaritan's Purse staff to assess. So that about 10 people flew. They thought they were going to fly into Sendai.
No.
So, but they could not land.
Right.
They had their own 747 or something.
Oh,
but they couldn't land because the airport was damaged. So they had to be diverted back to the near Tokyo.
Right.
They came from North Carolina.
Oh wow. They flew from North Carolina. Wow.
Yeah, and then they were diverted to Yokosuka Air Base.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So so the people who were supposed to be greeting to receive these people
Yeah.
could not get to the airport, nor the airplane couldn't land.
What?
Because
the airport's destroyed.
Destroyed. So, so they were diverting this the airplane to Yokosuka, and it's American base,
military
right?
base. Yeah.
But because of Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, and then one of the Franklin Graham, the grandson of Billy Graham, is in the military. He was, I think, at that time West Point, or he was in the West Point. So they had a close connection with the military, so they opened up Yokosuka Air Base to land there 747.
Wow, so they'd be in the area.
Yes, and they had a relief cargo and everything.
Wow.
And then now they have to go to the Sendai area, right? So the Seth worked on this project.
So Seth's my brother-in-law.
In the mountain,
Hana's
yes,
husband.
my son-in-law.
Right.
In the mountains of Nagano, they hired a school bus. And at that time, I didn't send a sleeping bag yet, but they collected all the sleeping bags from the village.
Oh.
Yeah, from the village, and then Houghton too, I guess,
Yeah.
And then packed the school bus.
Wow.
And then village people donated their gasoline because that was the issue.
There's no fuel.
Because they cannot pump the gas because no
electricity.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they donated the whatever they had
fuel
in
they
the
had.
house. Yeah. And because they have farm equipment and stuff.
Right.
So,
well, and also the fuel oil is diesel. It'll work in a diesel truck.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that they packed the bus and they went.
Wow.
But one of the neighbors, the very close friend of Seth, he's an older gentleman. He's like a village mayor.
Yeah.
Self-made mayor kind of thing. Right. And he went with them. And then, they stayed at the Baptist church. Not supposed to be drinking, but he took a beer with him.
Oh, wow.
And but he was crying. Because he was touched by the American relief team, and at the same time it was an overwhelming disaster.
Yeah.
So this man who are always tough, and the self-made mayor, he was crying the whole time he was there, 10 days.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned also that when you guys went there, you went with a team of about 50, is that what you said?
53 students.
Okay, and so young people, right?
Yes, so including a staff.
Were they high school
to college?
High school to college age, okay.
Yeah.
You said that you guys were up on a hill somewhere, and you could see the coast.
Yes, all messed up. Oh my goodness, all messed up. And here and there, there's still I didn't see the frame, high frame of those natural gas tank nor anything.
Yeah.
But I could see that was still
burned or something?
Not burned, but there's still smoke going up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's all over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said that the guys in the group were just crying.
Yeah, the boys.
Because it was so the destruction was just overwhelming.
Oh my goodness, I never seen that young guys, boys,
cry so much.
Crying.
It's interesting. I think God has really built into men and women also, but to kind of build a society. You know what I mean? I think in us, God has said, organize, create, build a home, take care of your family.
That's right.
And just to see an entire society destroyed, out of control. It's probably it affects you very deeply.
Yeah, and I was surprised because usually the boys not to, we try not to cry.
Or we can compartmentalize.
That's
We're
right,
we'll worry about that tomorrow. Yeah, but
and the girls could not even cry.
Wow.
Could not even cry. They were in state of shock.
Just shocked. Man, and I think it's good for us to remember, as much as we think we're in control of things, you can't fight hurricane, you can't fight a tsunami, you can't fight those types of things, and but unless you're in a Jaeger.
What's Jaeger?
That's for Melissa. A Jaeger. A Jaeger is it's kind of a joke. There was a movie, and a Jaeger's like a 20-story robot that fights monsters.
Oh, I see.
So it's like the Japanese robots.
Yeah, okay.
They made new movies about that.
What is Godzilla and
exactly, Mothra and all that. Yeah. So that's just a bad joke. But yeah, it's like you can't do anything about those things, and
you feel so helpless.
Right.
Hopeless.
And I think I think it's really important to remember that God allows those things to happen, and it's to remind us that we need His help.
That's
and He doesn't do it because He's bitter, but He does it so that we will recognize we need help.
That's right.
And I think that's one of the things as I get older. I'm turning 40 this year, so I'm like no longer a youth.
I know. Yeah.
It's actually in like a week, 2 weeks.
Wow.
It's crazy, right? But I'm realizing more and more, the more I'm willing to be humble and just accept help, the more the Lord blesses that, and I am really I get amazing help, just from people's advice, and just being willing to listen, or even just like Yvette today just figured out how much money we were going to have this month, and then showed it to me, and I was like, wow, I've needed that help. I didn't have it in my mind, and I knew that we're trying to save for the roof and things like that. So, but the more I've gotten older, it's easier for me to accept help from people.
That's right, you have to, because God gave us a different talent.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to turn this.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead, say that again.
Talents to different people.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it comes so easy to certain people, certain things.
Right.
Comes so easy.
And I'm terrible at those.
Yeah.
But I'm good at other things.
You can do other things,
right.
So
totally.
It's okay. Just try to harmonize it, try to cooperate, work together,
And to be ready to say, you know what, I need to be willing to help.
That's right, yeah.
I think that was one thing that, I don't know, I think that you guys have always taught us, even Dad, like you and Dad especially. Dad was always like stopping on the side of the road to help someone, and then sharing the gospel while he's changing the tire.
He's always a good like that.
Yeah,
and so whatever.
Just an amazing example.
One of us can do,
exactly, and just doing what you can.
Yep.
Not everyone can change a tire.
No.
But we can all help somehow.
Yeah, that's right.
Like when you watch the kids when we went for our date, that was great. It wasn't changing a tire.
That's right. I said as long as I don't have to change diapers. There's one gentleman who was a leader of a Boy Scout in region, not just that town. Okay,
right.
So he had his own house, nice house, and next to it he built this the meeting building.
Oh yeah, for the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, for the Boy Scout on his own property.
Oh, okay.
And he drilled the water well, but they had a town water,
right.
But he drilled
his own
well, right? So when the tsunami water came in and it went out, all the mud and all over, but people didn't have fresh water, so his well was the only one.
Whoa!
And he had a beautiful garden and everything, but it's all muck.
Yeah, trash.
All over, so he opened up his well for town people.
Wow.
So anybody can come and get the water, right?
Wow, that's crazy.
It was something. So when we went, it was 3 months later, so we helped to clean his yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. And then also he worked on collecting those towels. Japanese has a long wash towel.
I don't remember.
The one I gave you, but it's more like a towel.
Yeah.
It's but this length and this.
So like width. 2 feet by like 6 inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had a pile of them. All the Boy Scouts all over Japan.
Yeah.
Send them And then to the church that we were staying, they had a pile and pile of them. So we just dished them out to the people.
That's cool.
Because even though it was June, become hot.
Oh,
you know, that when you're working, that every one of us had a towel to wipe our sweat and everything, you know.
That's
so,
great.
But the Boy Scout did, and the Boy Scout leader provided, and then they opened up their bathroom of that Boy Scout meeting facility for us, for the workers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. We split into 3 groups. Okay. There are 53 of us. So
15 to 20 each or something like that?
Yes, actually, it was 2 groups, 28.
28 each? And 20 whatever.
One group went more towards the northern part, but closer to the shore. That was at the camp the Samaritans first set it up. Within 3 months. Everybody in the relief organizations did a great job, and they had. But those kids, we lived in the church,
right?
But those kids lived in a tent, like an army tent.
Wow. Yeah. Like a big tent.
Yes.
Wow, that's rough.
But the people from all over Japan came. People from all over the world came.
So you mentioned that a lot of what you guys did was shovel dirt out of people's houses because I guess after the tsunami slowed down, but the water kept going, and it would just dump dirt into people's houses.
Yeah, and the water subsided.
And then there's
all the muck. Oh my goodness! But thank God, there's no dead fish. Like I told you, only one eel got stuck in the lumber.
Yeah. That's all you saw. Yeah.
So the fish must run away.
Yeah, and you mentioned that the birds left.
A day before. The people saw the sky was black with the crows flying in a swarm.
Man.
Like you remember the Hitchcock movie?
Yes.
Bird?
Yeah.
Just like that.
I live in Texas. Alfred Hitchcock's movie comes down here once a season.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, like the HEB over here has every single bird from New York that comes through here. Like I was always sitting there. When I first got here, I would drive past that place, and the wires, the birds would be fighting over space on the wires.
Oh my goodness!
So many birds, and then you would drive into the parking lot of the HEB, which is our grocery store here, and the birds would be covering. Like the other day, I drove through there at pretty late at night, like 11 o'clock, to get some groceries, and it was maybe 15% of the parking lot was just birds all sitting close together trying to stay warm. Like,
what kind of birds?
I don't know, like some sort of weird we get crackles here. They call them crackles, I don't know. And then some sort of blackbirds. They look like crows, but they're smaller. They have a skinnier beak.
Okay.
They're like very sharp beak. I forget what they're called. Some of them are brown. But yeah, if you drive through there tomorrow, you should look, because you'll see, like, you'll think the electrical wires are bumpy, but it's not. It's like tons of birds. Tons. Wow. It's crazy. It's really incredible.
They say they run away. They just left.
Yeah, like a cloud.
So for I guess, what do you call it, seismologists or something, those gauges that volcanic
seismograph.
Yeah. I think those people may be sensitive. You know what I mean? They didn't know exactly what's going to happen.
Well, you know what, a bird, I think they navigate by magnetism.
Oh, yeah.
But also they probably can feel air pressure a lot better than us. Because their whole system is based on air pressure and up and down and trying to ride the air waves. They probably could feel the water pushing the air, and they're just like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
So if people saw, but what can you do? I mean...
Yeah. I mean, how do you gauge? Like, oh, all the birds left.
Yeah.
I'll leave in 2 hours. Like, is it enough time?
Yeah.
Man.
And
but that's a good warning to us. I mean, like, if you see all the birds leaving, follow the birds. And just be like, I don't know where we're going.
If you can
Everyone get in the car.
If you can get out. But highways and roads are
crammed.
Well, some are already cracked and broken here and there. So
wait, but didn't they leave 2 days before the flood?
The birds did a day before.
A day before. So that's even before the earthquake occurred.
That's right.
There was no air pressure. There was no tsunami.
I guess.
They detected there was something wrong with the ground.
They just felt.
They say that dogs do that too. Like they'll start freaking out.
Honey used to freaking out 2 hours before the storm came.
The thunderstorms, I remember that.
She goes to
hide
under the bed and then got panic.
Yeah, Honey was our sheepdog.
Yeah.
And she was a good dog.
Yeah.
She was so funny. She was so smart.
Yeah,
she knew we didn't like the leftovers. And we would put leftovers in her dish. She'd be like, "What is that? I'm not gonna eat that. You're not gonna eat that. Why would I eat that?" You know?
And in May, I think tornado went through our neighboring town in Connecticut.
Oh yeah,
New
I saw that.
Fairfield. They're all horrible. Yeah. My friend.
Someone got killed, right?
Many of them, got killed. Maybe 9.
9 people.
Yeah.
That's
because
crazy.
of fallen trees.
Trees fell in a car.
And
I remember.
Our music director in our church, he usually takes him like 13 minutes to get home. Mm-hmm. Took him 3 hours, and he had to walk.
Oh wow!
Among the fallen trees.
Oh man!
It was terrible. And then when Caroline and Francis was staying at the Heidi's Motel this summer, we met this lady at the poolside, and she was telling us that her house was totally damaged.
Wow.
Totally damaged, so that she had to move out. I think they're going to rebuild the house. Mm-hmm. But when she was she sensed that a storm was going to come. There's a warning. Mm-hmm. And then her dog she rescued from Greyhound rescue dog was going crazy. Mm-hmm. So she has a split level house. Mm-hmm. So she had to literally carry the dog to the lower level, right? And the dog won't come down. Mm. So that after the tornado went through, she came upstairs, and in her bedroom, the tree was laying there.
Oh my goodness!
So she said, if I didn't take care of my dog, and I went to bed,
I'd have been dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the dog sensed something.
Yeah, I believe that. That it's interesting. They say also with earthquakes, there's sometimes you might, if you're in an area where it's going to occur, you're going to feel dizzy or sick. Wow. Sometimes, like people will feel it.
Wow.
Because something changes, like the magnetism changes, something weird changes, and then you can feel it. But I don't know how accurate that all is.
See that when the tsunami occurred, the water will subside towards the ocean.
It'll like disappear.
Yeah, disappear, and they have a beach,
Yeah, and you'll see all the crabs and weird stuff.
Yeah, then it comes back so fast.
Yeah.
So if you...
I remember them saying it was like over 100 miles an hour it was moving.
Yes, fast. Yeah, I don't know.
And when you looked at it on the thing, it was like, it looked slow, but it was so big you couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it's so fast, you never can outrun.
Yeah, you can't. You just got to be gone already.
Yeah, it was a disaster. They're recovering, but people are still in the temporary housing, especially elderly people. So young people move to the different...
But yeah, go ahead.
Young people moved to the different city or town to get a new job, a new house, but the elderly people can't afford it. So some are still in
that area.
Temporary housing.
Oh, in temporary housing. Golly.
It's like a, it's a apartment unit,
right?
But not enough insulation, and and especially the elderly people, they lost their own houses because they own the older homes,
right?
So
man, that's so rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. scary though. Yeah.
It is.
And then now they're predicting that the Mount Fuji is going to erupt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't know when, but the Mount Fuji was, I think it was a dead volcano for long time, maybe 100 years.
Yeah.
Now it's recorded there. I don't know. It's called upgrade or what. Now it's active volcano now.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so
you know, it's interesting. I was trying to. So me and Matthew, when the thing in Hawaii happened, did you hear about that? Where their volcano was like active.
Oh yeah.
And it was already active.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it just started it just exploded in a neighborhood, like 10 miles south or something, and just that's where I'm gonna open up, and it's crazy and destroyed a whole bunch of houses.
Yeah.
But one of the things that they said, the interesting thing about Hawaii is the reason it didn't blow up like Mount St. Helens is because Mount St. Helens was a mountain and had all this moisture in it. When the lava hits the moisture, it turns to steam and then boom, and it blows up. And then, so they were saying that the difference in Hawaii was that the magma is so close to the surface that there is no moisture. And so it just comes out. And so it just flows. So it's a lot more, I mean, relatively speaking, it's a lot more tame, even though it's throwing rocks of burning death, you know, when I saw that, the lava balls.
Oh my goodness.
It would throw them 30, 40 feet. This guy got hit in the arm and burned him and stuff. Man, I was...
Well, actually, when we went to Hawaii, that area was open to the sightseer.
Oh, yeah.
So we went close by, but every year they have a different areas
that you can
start
see
erupting. Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, and I think that observatory fell in the crater, or at least it got to a point where no one could be there anymore.
Wow. Is that still going on?
I think so.
Yeah. Huh?
No.
Not as active.
I don't know. The flow is so crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they die.
No, I think it just calms down. But it's just, I felt bad for people because, I mean, there was one property on the water. It was an extra 50 feet long. Now, so that guy made out okay. He got extra land, but everyone else burned everything.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
And a friend of ours from our church just went to Hawaii, and they liked it so much they went back for a second time and they bought the land.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the southern areas, as long as they agree that possibility of, the volcanic eruption, they can buy very cheap.
Yeah. Well, that was the interesting thing, was that whole neighborhood that got destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
They were in one of those areas where they said, look, there's an active volcano here. The insurance company's not going to cover you. And so they had no coverage. So they lost everything. Yeah. That's really sad.
Yeah, it is.
But, man. Well, cool. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Yeah, do you have anything else you were interested in talking about?
No, but we just have to be...
We're going to do it again.
Not prepared for the disaster, but we just trust, and also trust that God is in charge, and then some people can, go on living, but some people
not
won't make it. Yeah, and it's so hard.
It is, and I think, we don't have to fear it.
No.
But we should act wisely.
That's right.
I think that's one thing. Every now and then we get tornado warnings here.
Yes.
And if it's pretty severe and we're right in the middle of it, just take everyone to the laundry room. Yeah. It's internal, and no windows, and pretty good structure over there. So we just try to be wise.
That's right.
But and don't be afraid. Know where you're going. I think that's the biggest thing. Is I am so thankful that the Lord saved me, and I don't really have to fear death. I'd like to stay alive so I can take care of my family. That's true, But honestly, if I'm worth more dead now that I have life insurance, than I am alive now. But that's one way I take care of it. Make sure I have life insurance. Make sure but also, you know, I'm very thankful. There's hope, you know, like this is the worst it's going to get for believers is this world, and I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it reminds us to be purposeful about sharing the gospel, and because you don't know how long people have, but it's also helpful to us to remember, hey, I better make sure my relationship with Christ is right, you know. And I pray that for everyone in our family.
That's right, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, welcome.
I love you. Thanks for coming all the way out. I really appreciate you coming all the way to Texas and hanging out with us for a couple of days.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop this.
Yeah.
Cool. Bye, guys. Peace. Take it easy.
That's good. Yeah.
All right, let's stop this.